Good day, everyone. Welcome to the F1 Corner. I hope you are doing well. You might have heard in the recent few days that there was some kind of controversy regarding Ferrari, the FIA, and something about the settlement between them and the other teams being angry. So I just want to come back on it and tell you what this is all about and what's going on and what we can expect for the future. So let's start by the beginning, how all of this started. In 2019, Ferrari had what seemed to be the best engine. They had a very powerful engine, the best of all the teams. They were super quick and straight. Nobody could compete with them. And all of this ended up sparking some doubts among the non-Ferrari powered team. Because the way that the FIA monitors some stuff regarding the engine is through sensors. And some of the teams had concerns that Ferrari was playing with the maximum allowed fuel and oil flow into the engine. Because what the teams do, they do burn fuel into the engine, but they also burn a little bit of oil to give them extra powers. And the maximum fuel flow allowed is about 100 kilograms of fuel per hour. For the oils, I'm not sure exactly, but some of the teams were concerned that Ferrari was playing with the sensors. The way the sensors that measures these flow works is by intervals. So I'm going to take a fictional number. Let's say that each sensor measure the flow of fuel and oil through the engine every 10 seconds. Well, some teams thought that what Ferrari was doing is that between those 10 seconds, the fuel and oil flow might have been increased above the allowed limit, and then when the 10-second mark hits, then the flow is back to normal and the sensor does not pick up any anomalies. And this concern was raised around the Austin Grand Prix toward the end of the season, and surprisingly enough, during this race, Ferrari was nowhere to be found, as if they were taking extra cautions or as if they tweaked something in their engine, but they were nowhere close to the pace of Mercedes and even Red Bull. And after that, it was toward the end of the season, so Ferrari did get back to kind of a normal pace, and the case was forgotten after the FIA said that they would investigate and that they found nothing weird. But then this suddenly came back last week after the winter testing, the preseason testing. 10 minutes before the end of the last day of testing, the FIA issued a press release saying that they came to a settlement with Ferrari that would remain secret about their investigation on the 2019 engine, and that Ferrari would contribute with the FIA to help monitor in a better way the flows of fuel and oil into the engine through sensors. Now, this was announced 10 minutes before the end of testing, meaning that no one was around to answer questions from either the FIA or Ferrari. And the fact that this settlement remains secret sparked a lot of speculations, like what this is all about. Why are they keeping it secret? So earlier this week, all the non-Ferrari powered team which are McLaren, Mercedes, Red Bull, AlphaTauri, Renault, Racing Point, and Williams, issued a joint statement that they were protesting against this FIA announcement that they should reveal the settlement in its entirety for transparency and to prove that there's no collusion maybe with Ferrari, and that they were ready to go to use legal means if necessary to get this settlement release. And to this joint statement, the FIA replied that they acted in total legality, and that they did not have to release this statement, that it's in the legality of the rules, that they can keep it secret between them and the Ferrari team. So that's where we are now. We don't know what's going to happen in the next few days, in the next week. But one of the theory with what is going on is that the 2019 Ferrari engine was indeed illegal, but they were not able to prove it without a reasonable doubt. And they preferred to not say it, to not hurt their reputation. But then again, maybe it would have been better to just not say anything to begin with. So we'll see. We are 1 week away from the Australian Grand Prix in Melbourne. This topic for sure will be one that we will watch very closely. It is a controversy that has started, and before even the beginning of the Formula One season. So what would be Formula One without controversy anyway? But yeah, this is very suspect. This could also explain why during the preseason testing, Ferrari seemed to be really far off the pace of the other team. The drivers, the team principals seemed concerned that Ferrari was not where it should be, that it could be third or even fourth in the constructor at this point. Maybe that is because the FIA found something, they gave them a little slap on the hand. And now that Ferrari cannot use their little trick again, their engine is not as powerful as it was last year. So we'll have to follow this for sure at the Grand Prix next week in Melbourne, in Australia. There are some questions that will be asked and hopefully answered. And I think we should all stay tuned. This is an important topic for the whole paddock, actually, because this concerns the way the engine works. And we know that regarding the engine, next year the rules will stay kind of the same. So we need to know what is going on. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, follow, like, leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this controversy. Thank you again, and see you next time.